You know, I'm quite pleased that J.J. Abrams is shooting Star Wars Episode 7 on 35mm Kodak film, and I am starting to warm up to the idea of Ben Affleck being Batman. Besides, he's won 2 Oscars, and he's very good looking. Oh, and the last video where I stated I wanted to have the finest animation studio in the Southeast after college? I need a product first. A YouTube user suggested to me that I create animated films of my own. Good point. I'll take your advice. My dad says in order to fund a project or a business, you need a product of what you can do first to convince the investors that it is a good idea. Animation is not completely out of my reach. I am capable of doing it. I've done it before. In fact, I've been making videos ever since the dawn of YouTube in 2005. What you are seeing here is footage from films that were originally made by me. I started out as a 13-year-old teenager in 2005 and saw the internet as like the new way to distribute creative content and to get your stories out to more people. Forgive the poor quality of this footage. I made this during a time when I knew nothing about HD or even video resolutions for that matter. I never made the leap into HD video making territory until 2011, very late in the game. This is because my family is budget conscious and economic friendly. We don't spend a lot on lavish gifts or electronics, no matter how much it is advertised. Video number 17 was where I experimented with animation here. This was 5 years ago, back in 2008. To accomplish this more easily, I drew the character once on a sheet of trace paper, then used multiple sheets of trace paper to make subtle changes. That way, I could see through the drawings and align them properly without having to use a light box. I then scanned each of these drawings with my document scanner and colored them in using Photoshop. When I animated this shot, the only thing I was trying to emulate was this shot animated for a Nirvana Care Bears episode. I have a Wacom tablet, but I'm not very good at it. I'm better at drawing on pencil and paper. I've tried 3D modeling once, just didn't work for me. I don't even want to know what animating a 3D model is like. So yes, even at the young age of 22, when it comes to animation, I prefer and I am better at the old school stuff. There's actually a lot of people doing the old school stuff of animation. You just haven't seen them. For reference, I provide a link of a massive 36-page document giving you a list of all the animation studios that know how to do 2D animation, anything 2D for that matter, down there, like right in the description. Yes, the Bitcasa links work for you, and since Bitcasa is infinite cloud storage, I can send you guys any file of any size that I wish. For special effects, everything was done homemade. I created the models using a firm paper known as cardstock, drawing each of the characters on the paper and then supporting them using popsicle sticks. Legos and Kinects were used in the model making process as well. I was heavily inspired by Thomas the Tank Engine to create this because I was, and still am, a fan of that show, by which I mean the original show that used miniature models to tell the stories rather than 3D computer animation. This scene here has the team, a band of young boys known as the Ripways, being briefed by their boss named Captain Ripway on what work they need to do. I made this because I was inspired by Thomas the Tank Engine's sister show, an old show by the name of Tugs, which involved 2 teams of anthropomorphic tugs, boats, competing against each other to be the best in the harbor. I used various effects methods such as attaching the models on strings and pulling them across the floor, or pushing cars by hand, making sure my hand doesn't appear in the shot. Some shots were stop motion animated. However, try as I might, I could never get my models to have the high quality that I saw on shows such as Thomas the Tank Engine or Tugs. I shot all of these with all the tools I had available at the time, which include a camera format called Mini DV and a small point-and-shoot camera with a video function that outputted really bad quality video. Remember, I knew nothing about HD at the time. Around Christmas of 2007, I started experimenting with using blue screen and green screen to put the characters in different environments. This was because I was inspired by how they did the movie 300, which was really popular at the time. They shot that movie using blue screens and green screens. I even tried creating a fight scene between my alter ego Samson here and a pig named Wilby, named after Wilbur from Charlotte's Web. Try as I might, I could never get my animation or special effects to look as smooth, realistic, or spectacular as anything that I saw in an average summer blockbuster. I was always aiming for blockbuster quality, but I never got it. Sometimes, just to make the episode look better than it was, I would use stock footage from other movies or from a stock footage library. Here, I enhanced various photos that I took of the characters inside model cars with stock footage from a movie called Smokey and the Bandit Part 2. So yes, after all you have witnessed, I am capable of doing animation and doing all of this again. However, considering my busy schedule with finishing up college, I don't have the time. Yet I can still look back at these videos and think of the fun that I had creating them. Okay, so if you liked how I did some of the stuff that I did years ago and believe that I can do it again with better tools, comment down below. I'm Jordan White, and thanks for watching.